Ginger is a very powerful anti-inflammatory herb. Ginger is used for joint inflammation. So you use your potato for tissue inflammation, and joint inflammation you use your ginger.
Hello, I'm Barbara O'Neill and welcome back. Today we're tackling an important topic, how to fight and reduce inflammation in your body. Inflammation is a natural part of the body's healing process, but when it becomes chronic, it can lead to serious health issues, including heart disease, diabetes, and arthritis. Studies show that nearly 50 million adults in the US are affected by some form of arthritis, much of which is linked to ongoing inflammation. This information is crucial for anyone looking to improve their health and quality of life. In this video, we'll explore effective strategies to combat inflammation through dietary choices and lifestyle changes. We'll discuss which foods can help reduce inflammation and provide you with practical tips you can easily incorporate into your daily routine. As a thank you for joining me today, we're giving away 100 free copies of my best-selling book to subscribers. So if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, like this video, and comment why you want to win.
We've also got poultices. And these poultices can get that acid, that inflammatory out of the body. And one that's particularly helpful is the ginger poultice. Ginger is great for joints, especially inflamed joints. So what you do is you just grate that ginger very fine, and you take a cloth, maybe you have a cloth this big, and you put the grated ginger into the middle area, and then you fold it over. I call it east, west, north, south, and you make a little package. And when you've made your package, here's your package, and then you just have a little bit more plastic around it that covers it, or I should say it goes under it. And so it's applied to the wrist with the plastic over, and then it can be bandaged on. And we have found many people have testified that it draws the inflammation out of the skin to the point where it almost feels like the skin's burning, but it doesn't burn. So a ginger poultice, and that's excellent for painful joints. And remember, it is quite a powerful anti-inflammatory, has a powerful anti-inflammatory effect. We had a lady attend one of our programs, and she had a very swollen finger joint. She said, "This finger has been hurting me for about a year." And she could not bend her finger. It was so painful. And she said, "I'm right-handed. It interferes with my ability to write, to prepare food, to sew." She said it's really difficult. But she said, "I'm in my late 60s now. I guess, I'm getting arthritis." How many people think that they're getting into their late 50s, 60s, so these sorts of things are going to happen? But I can tell you now, we've seen people totally free from them. So we put a grated ginger poultice on her, and of course that was a little tiny one that we put on her finger. The next morning she came in and she said, "I have no pain in that finger." She said, "I even slept all night. When I was going to sleep, it was feeling very hot." She said, "And I wondered if I'd be able to sleep because it felt so hot." But she said, I went to sleep, and she said in the morning it didn't feel hot anymore. And when I took the poultice off, she said I could bend my finger. The swelling wasn't totally down, but it certainly was almost halfway down. Just a very simple little ginger poultice.
Ginger has been used for centuries in various cultures as a natural remedy for inflammation. The key active compounds in ginger, primarily gingerol and shogal, have strong anti-inflammatory properties. These compounds help reduce the production of inflammatory substances in the body, such as cytokines and prostaglandins, which can trigger pain and swelling. When you consume ginger, whether in food or as a tea, it can help ease symptoms of inflammatory conditions like arthritis, muscle soreness, and even digestive issues. Many people find that regular ginger intake can lead to a noticeable reduction in pain and discomfort associated with these conditions. This makes ginger a popular choice for those looking for natural ways to manage inflammation. A ginger poultice, which is made by crushing fresh ginger or mixing ginger powder with water to create a paste, is another effective way to harness ginger's anti-inflammatory benefits. When applied directly to the skin, the heat from the poultice can increase blood flow to the area. This helps reduce inflammation and promotes healing. For example, applying a ginger poultice to sore joints or muscles can provide targeted relief. The warming sensation of the ginger can also help relax tight muscles and improve flexibility, making it useful for people who have strains or stiffness. The compounds in ginger can penetrate the skin and deliver localized relief, making the poultice an appealing option for many. In addition to its anti-inflammatory effects, ginger is packed with antioxidants. These antioxidants help protect the body's cells from damage caused by oxidative stress, which can also contribute to inflammation over time. By reducing oxidative stress, ginger may help prevent the development of chronic inflammatory conditions. While ginger and ginger poultices can be very effective for managing inflammation, they are best used as part of a broader health strategy. It's always a good idea to consult a healthcare provider, especially if you have serious or persistent inflammation issues.
One lady did it too much. She did it overnight, she did it the next day to the middle of the day, changed it again, did it to the evening, then did another one overnight, and she did it to her knee, and she said she was so excited because it reduced the pain in her knee right down. So she just wanted to keep doing it. And then she sent me a picture of her knee. The tissue was red, swollen, and she had blisters on the skin. She said, "What have I done?" I said, "You've just overdone it." I said, "No more ginger poultices for another week." She said, "I can handle that because my knee is certainly moving a lot better." I said, you might like to just put castor oil compresses, and that's another one that can be used as castor oil. Castor oil doesn't have as dramatic effect as the ginger poultice, but castor oil can be used almost indefinitely. You could almost wear it 24/7. Castor oil penetrates very, very deep, and it can break up scar tissue. It can also break up calcifications, and sometimes with arthritis you've got calcified joints. Now, so we'll say calcifications because this is some of the cause for the pain in the joints. So the scar tissue obviously is going to break up a little bit easier than the calcified joints, but eventually it will do it. The key is consistency. Just keep at it. Just keep applying it every day, every day. Some people like to sleep with the castor oil compress overnight. Now, the thicker the compress, I like to do about 6 layers of cloth or maybe 3 layers of toweling, and I stitch it together and we put plastic underneath it. See, when you apply it, let's say you're applying it to the knee, you apply it and then you put the plastic over and then you'll bandage it on. The plastic just keeps the compress from chilling as it does with the ginger, and it also protects your clothes from being soiled from the castor oil, or if it's the ginger juice. The castor oil can be used, the castor oil compress can be used again and again and again and again. You might even use it for a month. By then it might be looking a little bit sad, and you might make a fresh one.
Castor oil has long been used for its anti-inflammatory properties, making it a popular remedy for various conditions. The oil is derived from the seeds of the castor plant and contains ricinoleic acid, a compound known for its ability to reduce inflammation and pain. When applied topically, castor oil can penetrate the skin and reach inflamed tissues. This penetration helps improve blood circulation in the affected area, which can promote healing and reduce swelling. A castor oil compress, made by soaking a cloth in warm castor oil and applying it to the skin, can enhance these benefits. The warmth from the compress helps open the pores, allowing the oil to absorb more effectively. Many people use castor oil compresses for conditions such as arthritis, muscle soreness, and joint pain. The anti-inflammatory properties of ricinoleic acid can help alleviate discomfort, making it easier to move and reducing stiffness. Additionally, the oil has moisturizing properties that can soothe the skin and improve overall skin health.
The next one I'm going to make is the one that the lady can apply to her knee now that the tissue's all swollen, and that is potato. Potato is a very soothing, cooling poultice, and you can grate it up on the same grater. So wherever you've got tissue inflammation, so this would be a sprained ankle which has got tissue inflammation. You could do it conjunctivitis or swollen eyes, or if someone's been welding, sometimes if they've been welding all day, at the end of the day they'll have really red bloodshot eyes. This can be great for that. It's very soothing and very cooling. So the places where you would never use ginger, you could use the potato because it's such a soothing, cooling one. Ingrown toenails, splinters. You know, if you can't get the splinter out, wake up next morning and it's all red and inflamed, what are you going to do? Put a potato poultice on it, and you make it much the same way. You just fold over the top and the bottom and then the two sides, and then you bring it round. So this would be a good size for the eye. Again, use the plastic because that stops the poultice chilling. I was asked in New Zealand to see a lady, and when she came in to see me, she had a 7-year-old boy with her, and this little boy had a very swollen finger. It was nearly twice the size. I said, "Whoa, what happened to that finger?" She said, "It's cellulitis." That's what the doctor said. I said, "Well, I can see that. What's cellulitis?" Inflammation of the cell. I said, "But what happened?" Remember, we need to know the cause. She said, "Well, he had a blister. The blister broke. He's playing in the dirt with his Matchbox cars. What's next?" The dirt gets in and then the body swelled. I said, "What have you been doing?" She said, "He's on his 2nd course of antibiotics and he's having sleeping tablets and painkillers." This is a 7-year-old boy. I said, "Can I try something?" So I got 2 cups, one with hot water, one with ice cold. Here in Alabama, you don't have to put ice cubes in it. It's very cold. And I put his finger in the hot as what he could bear, and then in the cold. See, the alternating hot and colds, I think we talked about this earlier, it brings a massive amount of blood to the area. So your blood's the healer. The blood has oxygen, it has nutrients, it has white blood cells, and it carries away the waste. And often in an injury, the blood tends to sit or pool in the area. So you've got 2 problems. One is there's not enough blood, and the other is the blood's sort of stagnated there. So alternating hot and colds brings fresh blood in, takes the old away. Do you know, by the end of doing that 3 times, this little boy had a smile on his face. What did that tell you? He had relief. So we made the little poultice and put it on his finger, wrapped it around, maybe a little bit smaller than this one, bandaged it on. Whenever I apply a poultice, I always ask permission to pray, and I ask God to bless this poultice. That little boy sat there for the rest of the morning just smiling, looking at me. He had relief. His mother told me later that when they got home, he said, "Can we do that again?" Because I wouldn't be surprised if it was starting to get painful again with the fluid building up. And they did it again. And she put always put a fresh one on, because this will be absorbing waste into it.
Hot and cold treatments are common methods used to reduce inflammation and relieve pain, each working through distinct physiological responses. Applying heat to inflamed areas promotes increased blood flow, delivering essential nutrients and oxygen to tissues. The warmth relaxes muscles, reduces stiffness, and eases discomfort associated with inflammation. Methods for applying heat include warm compresses, heating pads, or hot baths. Heat is particularly beneficial for chronic conditions such as arthritis or muscle soreness, where enhanced circulation helps facilitate healing. By soothing tense muscles and alleviating pain, heat therapy can improve mobility and overall comfort. Cold therapy, in contrast, works by constricting blood vessels, which reduces blood flow to the affected area. This can help numb pain and decrease swelling, making it especially effective immediately after an injury. Cold packs, ice wrapped in a cloth, or cold compresses can be applied to inflamed regions for about 15 to 20 minutes at a time. Cold treatment is particularly useful for acute injuries, such as sprains or strains, where inflammation occurs rapidly. By minimizing inflammation, cold therapy can speed up recovery time and lessen the overall pain experienced. A potato poultice is another natural remedy that utilizes the anti-inflammatory properties of potatoes. To create a potato poultice, raw potatoes are grated or sliced and then wrapped in a clean cloth. When applied to the skin, the poultice helps draw out excess fluid and reduces swelling. Potatoes contain compounds like solanine and vitamin C, which have mild anti-inflammatory effects. The poultice can provide soothing relief to inflamed areas and may be particularly effective for conditions like arthritis, muscle pain, or skin irritations. Using hot and cold treatments in combination with a potato poultice can create a holistic approach to managing inflammation. The heat prepares the area for treatment by increasing circulation, while the cold helps to numb and reduce swelling. The potato poultice can further enhance this process by directly addressing inflammation in the tissue. Together, these methods can offer effective, natural relief from inflammation and promote recovery. Thank you for watching. I hope you found these tips helpful in understanding how to reduce inflammation and improve your overall health. Remember, small changes in your diet and lifestyle can make a big difference. If you have any questions or want to share your experience, feel free to leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more health tips and insights. Stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.